If you're watching part 2, I'm going to assume that you've purchased my course. And if you have, you already have everything that you need to find motivated sellers and cash buyers in your market. Now it's time to take the next step. Today we're breaking down how wholesaling works for beginners the right way. Like I said before, now that you've taken the course, you should know how to find motivated sellers and you should know how to find cash buyers to hand your deals off to. But even with that knowledge, I still recommend that you bird dog before you start wholesaling. Why? Because bird dogging will give you real life practice on identifying what a real deal looks like. Once you develop that eye, then you can use wholesaling as another tool to make money in real estate. There are two ways you can wholesale real estate. The first way is to buy a property with cash or credit. Then you resell it without renovating it to another investor. This can be either a private off-market sale or you can sell it on the market. The second way to wholesale is to get a property under contract and then you assign that contract to another investor. This second method is the most common for beginners and honestly is where most beginners stay. But if you're watching this series, we're not doing this halfway. I'm going to teach you how to use wholesaling as a tool, not your identity. If you're doing assignment-based wholesaling, then your contract must protect you. There are two things that you must have in your contract. Number one, your contract must allow assignments, meaning your contract must contain and or assigns. Number two, your contract must allow you to legally pull out of the deal if you need to, which means that you need a contingency clause, either for inspections or something similar. This will allow you to follow through on the deal at your discretion. That at your discretion part is very important. It keeps you from being stuck in a deal that doesn't make any sense. These two parts are extremely important if you plan on assigning contracts. Before you start, I recommend that you speak to a real estate lawyer. Tell them exactly how you plan on investing and how your contract should be set up to protect you. Tell them that you plan to wholesale in some situations and you need to make sure everything is legal. A sound contract is the foundation of this type of wholesaling. The other type of wholesaling, buying and selling, is pretty much straightforward. In this type of wholesaling, you are the final buyer. You still want your contract to protect you, but you don't necessarily need any assignment language or exit contingencies in the same way as you would need them in assignment-based wholesaling. Even so, I personally recommend that you use the assignment-based wholesaling contract at every stage in your investing career, even if you're the final buyer. It's always good to have and/or assigns in your contract and the exit contingencies because you never know when you may need them. Wholesalers who stay at the assignment stage usually pull out of a deal if they cannot find a buyer. I don't recommend that. Assignments should be a tool, not your whole business. Every property that you get under contract should be one that you want to close on, not run away from. And if you follow the teachings in my course, it'll be rare that you get a property under contract that you wouldn't want to close on, unless something drastic happens. Here's something very important that you need to understand. Assignment-based wholesaling can easily be misconstrued with brokering. You do not want to be known as someone who only assigns properties and never buys them. If you're negotiating deals solely to assign them to other investors, that looks like brokering. And unless you're licensed, you do not want that type of reputation. If you know you're not going to buy a property, don't negotiate it. Just bird dog it. Hand it off without taking control. Remember this, wholesaling is a technique, not a title. You're not a wholesaler. You are an investor who is looking for properties to buy for yourself. That's how you want to operate. You don't want to necessarily build your business on handing off properties to other people. You want to buy them. That's where the real money is. That's where the real wealth is made. Your end goal is to become a buyer of real estate. Assignments, bird dogging, flipping, rentals, creative finance, all these are tools, not identities. Now you understand how wholesaling really works and more importantly, how to use it correctly as an investor. Make sure you're subscribed because in part 3, we're going to get into analyzing deals and making sure you're understanding value so you won't put the wrong property under contract. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.